Hey guys, this is Kartika Kanwal from Apex FinServe and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session. But before we start with the trades for tomorrow, out of all the trades that we had discussed yesterday, well, today was a really good day for us and I hope the same goes for you too. Coming from the watch list side of things, well, we had a lot of trades. We had 4 targets and one SL hit. So overall, we were in, on the green side more or less. Not more or less, it was rather really nice green. And well, I hope the same goes for you too. The equity trades were really rewarding today. I hope the same goes for you too. Now, without wasting much time, let's move on to the charts for tomorrow's trading session. Starting with the first one, PL Piramal Enterprises. Now, PL, we are going to go for a simple, role reversal trade. We had a demand zone now turn supply at 1330. So we are going to go for a short trade at 1330. It also happens to be the nearest swing high. So the stop loss is going to be placed above it at 1350. So the trade here is to go short at 1330, stop loss at 1350. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, MFSL. MFSL, we are going to go for a short position here too. If you remember, we had taken a short position at 600 a couple of days ago. That is the same logic that goes here too. So we are going to go for a short at 598, slightly aggressively, but because multiple times it has retested that, so it doesn't really make sense to go really conservative and enter at 605, 603. So we're going to go for a short at 598, stop loss at 608. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Oro Pharma. Oro Pharma, we are going to go for a breakout trade here. Generally, you might have seen we have taken long positions at 780 in the past too. We have had watch list these trades, but this time we are going to go for a trade at the breakdown of that level, because if you see today's candle formation on the early time frame, it was a completely seller's day on Oro Pharma. So we are going to go for a breakdown trade, short under 778, stop loss at 790. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Bharat Forge. Bharat Forge, simple support turn resistance now at 488. It is very clearly visible that it has acted as support multiple times in the past, and this time it was broken really swiftly, and you can see the magnitude of the move that followed. So we're going to go for a short entry at that very same support turn resistance at 488, stop loss at 496. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Lupin. Now Lupin 2, very simple support and resistance. We had the level of 928, 930, which has acted as support multiple times in the past, and now it should act as resistance, looking at the strength with which it has broken that support level today. So we're going to go for a short position at 928, stop loss at 940. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Lots of short positions. Now SR Transfer, again we are going to go for a short position. Simple theory, this one too, support and resistance. The chart for today's are really simple. We are going to go for a short position at 675, stop loss at 685. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Apollo Hospital. This is going to be the odd one out. We are going to go for a long position here at 1625. It is a strong demand zone, and even if you look at today's candlesticks, then they have a lot of they might be almost open equal to high, but the lower wicks, they are really wrong, signifying that every time the price is dipping, the demand is kicking into action. So we are going to go for a long position at 1625, stop loss at 1600. Ideal targets 1% on the upside. Coming to the next one, Escorts. Now I told you with Escorts, it will reclaim that range, and it has reclaimed that range. So we are going to go for a short at a level that we have inside that range. It has acted as a resistance multiple times. So we are going to go for a short at 1150. Stop loss at 1165. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now coming to my favorite part, the indices, and starting with Nifty. Now Nifty, it has closed at a zone of 11300, and it seems to have broken that zone on the downside. But whether that momentum is going to continue and lead it all the way to 11200, that's not something that we can be certain as of now until we have some live market confirmation. Talking about the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 11400 with 528,000 added contracts. Important resistance at 11500 with 886,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have 11300 with 192,000 added contracts. More or less the current market price. The next at 11100, 171,000 added contracts. So if this level is not being sustained, then the immediate targets on the downside are 11200 and 11100. At this particular point, I'd say I'd advise you guys to be cautious before you initiate new longs, because the structure of Nifty, the bullish structure, the Fibonacci retracement, all of that has more or less gone directly into the bin. And what we have right now are just the zones and the option chain. And when we talk about the PCR, that comes out to be at 0.9, which again is bearish. So the option buyers are still bearish. Now moving on to the second index that we have, Bank Nifty. Now, Bank Nifty is still respecting that Fibonacci level that we have. The retracement is still intact. The swing point of roughly, it is 21,900. That is not broken yet, and I hope that does not get broken soon, because we have more opportunities to trade that way. Now, immediate opportunities, I would say, we have 22,600 on Bank Nifty, which is a Fibonacci retracement as well as a demand zone. If that is being sustained, you can go for aggressive longs with immediate target of 22,800, 22,900. But if that is not being sustained, then the next stop comes at 22,500 followed by 22,000. Now, when we talk about the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 23,000 with 108,000 added contracts. Coincides with the zone, pretty nice one. We have significant at 23,300, again coincides with the zone with 208,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have 22,500 with 66,000 added contracts, not a lot, and significant support at 22,200 with 102,000 added contracts. So the calls have been written a lot more aggressively than the puts, which means again put writers are not really that sure-footed. Let's see where it goes tomorrow. I would say trade the breakdown of this zone if you get a chance under 22,500. You can get some quick 150, 200 points depending on the kind of confirmation you go for. PCR for Bank Nifty 2 is at 0.9. So option buyers for both the indices, they stand with a bearish outlook. Whether they are right or not, that remains to be seen tomorrow. Well, as usual, guys, these are all the charts that I had to share with you. And if you want any of these things, the charts, the watch list, all the options and analysis, then you can go check out the Telegram channel at @ApexFinServe. We post this every day before the market opens. Basically, you can also find us on Instagram, and Twitter with the same handle. You can find the links below. And that is all. I hope you guys have a wonderful green trading session tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment something nice, and press that bell notification icon too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.